Her cause of death, according to the coroner in Teton County, was strangulation.
An outcry for freedom, an outcry for help. After more than 6 decades, they want change. They want change now.
And the man accused of shooting his neighbor has been taken into custody, as far as we know, from the Sarasota Police Department. As long as you're vaccinated and you're with other vaccinated people, you don't have to wear one of these, a mask.
Something we have asked the police department is, how do they think a 15-year-old got their hands on a gun?
People who are under that category will need to not only fill out this form, but get a doctor to sign off on it.
It's not just stormwater. It's water that could potentially harm our environment and the ecosystem. That's something environmentalists are concerned about.
We're actually on Main Street right now. The marchers, as you can see, there's a big crowd, dozens of people out here right now.
A tragic story again. Deputies telling us that 11-month-old was found on the 2nd floor of this home
following a line tear at Piney Point. Now an evacuation zone put in place.
The home stretch, and both presidential candidates are right here in Tampa, right in our backyard.
The eyes in the sky.
Can you see the teams on the road?
Search crews on the ground, all looking for Brian Laundrie. Just 2 days after Northport Chief Todd Garrison told a room full of reporters he knew the location of the 23-year-old.
All I'm going to say is I know where Brian's at.
It appeared that we thought Brian had gone back into the home on that Wednesday. So we thought he was there.
Do you know where Brian Laundrie is right now?
Yes.
A day later,
Friday, we got a call from the FBI saying the family now wanted to report him missing. And I can tell you that the internal reaction was, are they telling the truth?
At first, the Laundries said they last saw Brian September 14th. They say he went on a hike here to the Mayakahatchee Creek Environmental Park. Then, a few weeks later, they changed their story, saying it was actually on the 13th. When Brian left his wallet and cell phone at home, no one had seen him since. Brian's parents told the FBI they were worried. We asked their attorney why it took multiple days to report him missing. To this day, they aren't talking. Josh Taylor is the spokesperson for the city of Northport.
It didn't make sense that if you're saying somebody was missing, that you would go take their vehicle and bring it back to your home.
This led to questions about Brian's car. He drove a Mustang, the same Mustang police say reappeared at his parents' home on Wednesday, September 15th. 2 days after, he disappeared, creating confusion for investigators.
Trying to keep an eye on Brian, but that was not the primary focus. The focus was on where Gabby was.
We uncovered police records showing they cited Brian's Mustang as abandoned. That happened on the 14th here at the reserve. At the time, detectives believed when the Mustang arrived back on Wabasso early on the 15th,
it appeared that we thought Brian had gone back into the home on that Wednesday.
It wasn't Brian, rather his mom, Roberta Laundrie. Police say she drove the car from the park to the home, and no one thought twice. Brian, at that point in time, was not reported a missing person.
Our surveillance, human error is always going to be a factor. It was very hectic around the house by Wednesday. There was reporters around, a lot of movement.
At the time, passing through the Laundrie's neighborhood was near impossible. Reporters and news crews from across the country lined up outside the home that day, and it continued days on end. The FBI was met with this when they arrived Friday to make Brian's missing persons report.
I mean, I don't know that anybody's ever seen that.
Social media is now taking up the case. Right now, an online petition pushing the state to investigate the department.
We didn't do everything perfect. I think at the end of the day, though, we did everything ethically. We did everything within the law. And morally, I'll sleep just fine knowing what we've done in this case. And furthermore, I don't believe that we're responsible for anyone's death. Are we potentially responsible for some public confusion on what was going on? Okay. I mean, I think we'll live with that and move on.
Who killed Gabby and how Brian died remain a mystery for now. Police say there's enough information, as they put it, to paint a clear picture of what happened. To this day, the FBI remains tight-lipped. So do the Laundries. Their attorney tells us that they're trying to let it all, quote, quiet down.
Well, he's the one that called Rex Jensen, so I would assume, yes, he wanted, I think he said that very clearly, as a matter of fact.
Why not go back?
The governor said why he chose Manatee County, but not really who made the final decision.
It wasn't choosing one zip code over another.
So who did make the decision? Manatee Commission Chair Vanessa Boss said the president of Schrader Manatee Ranch called her this weekend, saying the governor wanted to bring vaccines to the area.
It has nothing to do with the Manatee County Commission. This was strictly by Mr. Jensen, the governor, with my help.
Goes without saying that the two zip codes benefiting from this site are in Ball's district, and on Tuesday night, she admitted to hand-picking them.
The zip codes were chosen because by doing the two zip codes the way we did, and this is what I know everyone in this room wants to hear, it's not just Lakewood Ranch.
But didn't say why, just said the governor has been doing this, which is half true. He did prop up a site last week in Venice, but they took the 3,000 people from the line system Sarasota County has in place. It wasn't just focused to zip codes in South County. Several Manatee County commissioners said they weren't included in the decision process.
If we were able to self-select, there may have been better groups of people to self-select just from the emails we get.
When questioned about it, here's what the governor said.
If Manatee County doesn't like us doing this, then we are totally fine with putting this in counties that want it. And we're totally happy to do that. So anyone that's saying that, let us know. If you want us to send to Sarasota next time, or Charlotte, or Pasco, or wherever, let us know. We're happy to do it.
Despite the issues being argued, all commissioners agree on one thing. More doses of the vaccine for Manatee is a good thing.
Doug was a happy face. He was a big hug and a solid, manly handshake every time you saw him. He was just happy to see you.
A friend, a husband, a kind hello, and a law enforcement officer whose life was claimed by COVID-19.
Doug's passing has really been a shock to all of us.
From his mourning wife to co-workers.
You come in, you try to put on your best face for the family, but at the end of the day, we're all grieving.
And friends.
Doug has lost the battle with COVID, but this is something that you all know, is that no matter what circumstances surrounding a death, it's difficult. It's hard. You never are quite prepared for that.
Now his family and friends will work to prepare for a life without someone they loved and admired so much.
He really cared about people. He cared about the inmates that he worked with. He treated them with respect. He was an ideal guy.
As a sea of loved ones said goodbye and honored his service to the community, some believe Deputy Clark's legacy will live on.
He demonstrated the motto, "Let me give what I cannot keep, to gain what I cannot lose."
Those we spoke to say they gained so much by knowing someone like him.
First Class Deputy Douglas L. Clark is 10/7 on this date, September 2nd, 2021.
COVID-19 has now claimed the lives of so many people across our community, and Deputy Douglas Clark is now one of them. His vaccination status was unknown to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, according to their spokesperson.